Good evening, viewers. Welcome to Noble UK Academy. This evening, we want to see how we can help GCE students, JAMB, and WAEC, of course. But we will be dealing with subject of formula, or we call it subject of relation. Either you call it subject of relation or subject of formula. Okay. Subject of formula, or you can call it formulae. That is, you are referring to plural. Formulae or relations. All right. In this concept, usually you will be given a universal formula, that is to say, a formula that is worldwide acceptable, a formula that has been proven, it has gone through various tests of hypothesis, so to speak. It has gone through various tests and it has been proven to be correct. It's not an order, it has become a law, it has become a theorem, a formula. So universally, it is widely accepted. So based on that, we call it a formula. Now you could have something of this nature. Say, we know that simple interest is given as principal times rate times time all over 100. This is worldly acceptable, worldly accepted, well recognized when we are looking for simple interest. But this is not what I want to use to teach this. Now, let's assume you are given something of this nature. Say K is equals to square root of say m minus y over m plus 1, and you are asked to make m the subject of this formula, subject of the formula. Okay, we have a formula here already of the formula. Either you call it formula or you call it relation. Okay, now look at this. This is a recognized formula, well known. Okay, but from this formula now, we are saying deduce this m such that m is now taking the position of k. That's what it means. When you are asked to make a particular letter the subject of formula, what it means is that you should make that letter to stand alone in relative to the initial formula. That is what we mean by subject of formula. That is to say, this formula you are seeing here is subject to this k. So here now, we want to convert this, we want to deduce this, we want to transpose this, such that this m is now bearing the position of this k, and then every other letters will now be subject to it. That's what we mean by subject of formula. Now, how do we do this? Very simple. Solution. We've been told that letter k is equals to square root of m minus y all over m plus 1. Simple. We know in our fundamental algebra, okay, I will have to clean this up because of space. We know in our fundamental algebra, if we have something of this nature, let's say v square is equals to 4. For us to get our v, we're going to take the square root of both sides of the equation, meaning that this square will cancel out these roots. So So we are left with v is equals to square root of 4. The moment you introduce square root into any mathematical expression, you will invariably have plus or minus. Take note of that. You must have it. It's a law. So here now I'm gonna have plus or minus square root of 4 will give me what? 2. That is what that means. So meaning that this v can be minus 2 or plus 2. All right. Now, that is that. Now, if you are given something of this nature, let's say k, okay, let me use another letter. Let's say x is equal to root 16. There's another way I can solve this. Ordinarily, we know that x is equal to root 16. X is equal to root 16 will give me 4. But if I don't want to do that, I can decide to say x is equals to root 4 squared. Okay? This square, we cancel out this. S is equals to 4. That is that. Okay. Now, let's go back to our equation. We are given that k is equals to root m minus y all over m plus 1. And we have to make m the subject of formula. Now, this k is standing on its own, and the whole of this expression is being overtaken by this root. So for me to bring out this m, it means that this root has to be eliminated. So how do we go about that? We're going to square both sides of the equation. What we do to this side, we also do to this side. We are taking the square of both sides of the equation. Okay. Mind you, square is the opposite of square root. So this square cancels out square root. We are left with what? K squared is equals to m minus y all over m plus 1. Don't forget, our interest here is actually this letter m. So what do I do here? Mind you, this is a whole letter standing on its own. This is a fraction. So I'm going to make this one look like a fraction so that I can cross multiply. So cross multiplying, I'm going to have the whole of this multiplied by the whole of this is equals to the whole of this multiplied by the whole of this. That is cross multiplication. Look at my hand like scissors. Okay, now let's go. K squared is multiplying m plus 1 is equals to 1 is multiplying this, that is m minus 1. So by virtue of that, I'm going to have k squared times m, that is mk squared. K squared times 1, that is k squared. So it's equals to 1 times m is going to give me m. 1 times y minus y is going to give me minus y. Okay, don't forget, our interest rate here is actually m. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to collect like terms. I'm going to bring the ones that has m on them together and then move the other ones to the other side. Don't forget, whenever you are asked to find subjects of formula or relation of any letter, any given letter, don't forget, when you are done getting your answer, that letter must stand on the left hand side of the equation. It is a law, you must know. Now, look at this is my left hand side of the equation, this is my right hand side of the equation. What is demarcating them or differentiating them is this equality sign. Okay, this is the right hand side, this is the left hand side. Are we together? Thank you. So I'm going to bring this m to this side now. Mind you, this one is already here, which is mk squared. So this coming here, mind you, it is positive m. So coming down to this side, it will have to cross this equality sign. So the equality sign changes the sign. It is positive here, so crossing becomes negative. We have minus m. Then is equals to, what do I have here? Minus y. Mind you, I have to move this one to this side now. Okay, I'm going to move this to this side. So moving this now to this side, this is positive. So this one is going to be minus k squared. Mind you, we have m here, we have m here. What do I do? I'm gonna factorize, okay? So m is common, I'll bring it out, which is m divide mk squared. This is mk squared divided by this m. M cancel out m. I'm left with k squared. So I'm gonna have k squared minus m divided by m. M divided by m, that is 1. So I have minus 1 is equals to, mind you, this is minus minus. Okay? I can decide to do it this way. Minus is common, I bring it out. So I'm gonna have y plus k squared. Okay? For this. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna have, let me continue from this end. I'm gonna have, mind you, this is what we are having. Mk squared, sorry, m into bracket, this is what we're having. M into bracket k square minus 1 is equals to minus y plus k square. Okay, all right. So what are we looking for? We are looking for m. So because of that, we are dividing both sides of the equation by the coefficient of m, which is, by coefficient I mean what is attached to m. So that is k square minus 1 is what is attached to m. So by k square minus 1. This cancel out this. We are left with m is equals to minus into bracket y plus k squared all over k squared minus 1. Okay. So you can decide to leave your answer this way, or you can decide to split it out by saying that means we are returning it back to this. If I open the bracket now, I'm returning it back to this. 1 minus times y will give me minus y. Minus times k square will give me minus k square all over k square minus 1. So meaning that this formula now is subject to m. That is what it means. Or in another way, m is subject to this formula. So that's why we say make m the subject of the relation or the subject of the formula. So I want to believe the explanation is explanatory enough. And if you have found value from this video, please hit that subscription button, like the video, comment, and share the link of the video with other students across the globe and of course across Africa. Thank you.